today. From Ford Field in Detroit, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Today we kick off the new year with an NFC North matchup between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. And this carries into the end zone. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. The Lions making their way out, led by their 32-year-old quarterback. Hard to believe he's in season number 12 now in a Detroit uniform. Quarterback Matthew Stafford.
When I think of Matthew Stafford in Detroit, I think of numbers, and I mean passing numbers. 40,000 yards passed in his career last year before a back injury landed him on the IR after just 8 games. And to show his value to the team, the Lions lost all 8 games started by either Jeff Driscoll or David Blau. They need a healthy Matthew Stafford in order to compete in the NFC North.
Carry now. This is Johnson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first.
A gain of 11 yards.
It's funny, partner, you often hear how tough it is for a rookie receiver to adjust to the NFL. I think the same is true for tight ends. You're asking them to do a lot in the NFL game with the additional blocking that many of them didn't have to do in college. And T.J. Hockenson, he was a number 8 overall pick in 2019 and had a good rookie season with 32 catches. I expect that number to go way up as he gets more comfortable with the NFL game. A nice catch right there for a first down.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Bears take over. So here now the Bears offense for their first drive of the game. And they are led out by the MVP of Super Bowl 52 from the University of Arizona. In his 9th year, it's Nick Foles.
And we finally have the answer to one of the biggest battles of training camp. Was it going to be Mitchell Trubisky, the incumbent, or the newly acquired Nick Foles? And Nick Foles trots out to be the starting quarterback for the Chicago Bears. The head coach Matt Nagy had said there wouldn't be a competition, and he was right. Nick Foles seized it and ran with it, and now he leads the Chicago Bears.
From the 41, Foles. Open man here, T.J. Jones. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Again, the ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still third down.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Now Foles. It's caught. Jones. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 23. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Bears ball carrier.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
This is the receiver turned running back, Cordero Patterson. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
He's brought down at the 15-yard
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Here's Foles. The left side completion to Jones. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Patterson.
From 4 yards out. And the Bears have taken the early lead.
Eddie Pinheiro.
Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Buster Screen is able to bring him down.
He was brought down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Stafford. From left side, complete. That's James. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Now Stafford. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. The sack there by Roquan Smith.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And out will come the offense as they take over. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
Nice gain there by the second-year runner out of Iowa State, David Montgomery, who often finishes his runs moving forward and knocking defenders back. He finished tied with Josh Jacobs for the most carries by a rookie last year. But what the Bears need from him? Improve on his 3.7 yards per attempt. If he gets that up into the 4s, look out. He can control the game with his running.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
The pickup brings up 2nd.
You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On 2nd down, it's Patterson, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Walker on the tackle. A gain of 3 on the play. First down, Bears.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Foles on the give to Montgomery. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
On the tackle.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
The tackle by...
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
28-yard line.
Second and 5 now. Foles. And complete this one to Patterson. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Chicago.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, Do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
On first down, Montgomery. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Taken down.
And that's why you see a lot of teams that like to play 4-3 defense, especially against teams that run the ball really well, because you count on your defensive front, the tackles and the ends, to eat up the blocking in the offensive line and keep that guy in the middle clean so he can roam to the football and make a tackle. In this case, he introduced himself and said, "Hello, my name is Mike."
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
The running back, again the ball carrier. Duron Harmon on the tackle. A gain of 3. Brings up second and goal at the Lions' 6-yard.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. Foles. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Cordero Patterson with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
25-yard line.
And Detroit getting set to go now. This is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On first down, Stafford here. Amendola catching it left side. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A gain of 6 there on first.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Lions nothing.
4 receivers now. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. 2nd down and 4. Stafford looks to throw again. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That one a first down pickup of 8.
In addition to his really good hands, Marvin Jones makes big plays downfield. Ended up missing the last month of the 2019 season. Still had 62 catches for nearly 800 yards. And even more importantly, 9 touchdown catches included in that number. When Marvin Jones goes downfield for a pass, oftentimes he finds his way into the end zone.
2nd and 3.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They're going to run this with a tight end. And on the inside the 35, now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Stafford now to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
To T.J. Hockenson.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Open man is Galladay, complete. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
And there's a familiar sight, Khalil Mack putting a quarterback down in the backfield for another sack. I know he only had 8.5 sacks in 2019, so a lot of people wrote that off as, hey, what's going on with Khalil Mack? You do realize he's getting doubled and tripled on just about every snap, but that was the first time since his rookie year of 2014 that he finished the season with less than 10 sacks.
And Charles, let's get a look at the draft class for this offense. Remember, no first-round picks this year. They traded it away. How much of a detriment is that?
Well, what they're hoping is the reason they traded away that first-round pick, that player won't be a detriment. He'll be an improvement for their team. And now as you get into the later rounds and the middle rounds of this draft, that's when your scouting comes to the front. You have to...
He's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Nigel Bradham flying in and laying the lumber defensively.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
It is good. Makes the score Bears 14, Lions 3.
So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
At their own 25-yard line.
David Montgomery ready to take the field for the Bears' next possession.
He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Now he's looking just to add to his totals. And he finds his tight end, Graham. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brings up
maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Patterson on the carry. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive line, we just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Launch a screen pass. That's complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Now Montgomery. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10.
The tackle made at the
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The Bears on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. The gun. They'll look to throw. Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
A gain of 13.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Montgomery. He's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
On 2nd down now, it's Patterson. And he's got this down to the 35.
The ball carried
11 yards there, 1st down.
Brought down at the 35-yard.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
They run with Patterson. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
Set him back 5.
Still 2nd down.
Following the penalty, Montgomery, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 18. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Montgomery. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And Justin Coleman brings him down.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Second and 5 now. Foles. And he's got it. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
And the challenge pays dividends. The ref overturns the play.
Everyone gets a bonus on this one, Brandon. The coach upstairs who signaled down and said challenge it, and the head coach for pulling the red flag.
Out of the gun now on third down. This is caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. T.J. Jones there to make the grab. And the Bears will extend their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
Back out is Matthew Stafford in the Lions offense. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is it step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. On first down, it's Stafford. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Looking to throw again on second down. Stafford. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And this is picked up by the Bears. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Foles. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4.
Here's Patterson. And he stopped immediately there. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. On 2nd down, it's Montgomery. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. 1st and goal, no gain. 2nd and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball 3rd time, but I think it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
To throw on 3rd and goal. This will be caught at about the 5.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
A 22-yard attempt.
This is up and good from Pinheiro.
And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
Back onto the field comes the offense. Let's take a closer look at Kerryon Johnson. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Khalil Mack able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Why are we doing this?
Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the 1st.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 4 yards. Out of the gun, Stafford. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
incomplete. Out of the end.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Stafford, he's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. That was signaling a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter.
Field goal, a 40-yard attempt.
And the 13-year man puts it through. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there, and they're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
The Bears take over 1st and 10.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season, so let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll begin up at...
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd.
Prater to kick off for the...
We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
16 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It's a gain of 9.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On first down, Montgomery, and able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Carrier. He's brought down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
The ball carrier. He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A 2-yard gain on the play.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Here's Foles. Lions pressure. He's brought down. Deshaun Hand coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And this ball's going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. Showed some solid running, strong running, and then he's corralled just beyond the 10. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, here's Stafford. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. But he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Taken right around the 44. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. Now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They'll run on 1st down. Patterson. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
At the 42-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Once more, they turn to Patterson. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
At the 40-yard line.
The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. The loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Matt Nagy has made the decision. They're going to go for it here. So that'll back him up 5. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here.
at their own 15.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Stafford to his second-year tight end Hawkinson for a Lion first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
From the 40 now on second down. Stafford. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's first and 10 up at the 46. First down there, but it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Stafford delivers this to Hawkinson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 44-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off. But a nice game there for a first down.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Stafford throwing complete there to Amendola. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 14. 16 yards, a first down. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Again, it's Johnson. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see guys running it this well, they see the game in slow motion, don't they? They see the cuts happen, they see the blocks happen, they feel really good about their vision, and then they use their legs to find that open space.
And he's had some good help up front to boot. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jamie Collins. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
Another former New England Patriot reunited with a former Patriot coach, Matt Patricia, of course the head coach of the Detroit Lions. There's a sack by Jamie Collins. He's come off a career high for sacks. Had 7 last year with the New England Patriots. But what I think is best about his game and what really fits what Detroit's looking for, his versatility. They'll use him all over the field, both the pass coverage and rushing the passer, hoping to create more big plays as we just saw there. How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Lions will take over. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 43. Play action, he'll throw to start the drive. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. They credit that sack to Robert Quinn.
Former first-round pick Leonard Floyd is no longer with the Bears, so they signed Robert Quinn to replace him as a sack guy. And Robert Quinn just got one right there. Had 11.5 sacks last year with Dallas. The best since his lone all-pro season in 2014. And I know the Bears are his 14 in 4 years after stints with the Rams, Dolphins, and Cowboys. But don't be fooled by that. Robert Quinn still has a lot of juice left in his tank. We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone. Another pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Nigel Bradham able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here comes the Lions punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and possession will switch hands 1st and 10.
33-yard line.
A check of the scoreboard there in the 3rd in Baltimore. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here.
completion to Jones. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. On first down, it's Patterson pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Tackle made at his 48-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On second down, Montgomery. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll complete this one to Patterson. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
And Detroit getting set to go now. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Stafford. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Robert Quinn picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great recognition. The guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Intended for Kenny Golladay.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a 39-yard punt, give him a good 10 yards on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll run on 1st down. Patterson, and a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
The ball carrier.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On 2nd down and 4. Foles firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
1st down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Foles. He'll buy some time right. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now a run with Montgomery. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
David Montgomery.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
49-yard attempt.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the gun, Stafford. Amendola catching it left side. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and lead the game out that way.
He's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 31-yard line.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Stafford to his tight end, James. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. On first down, it's Johnson. They've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, there's zero doubt that the Detroit Lions like Kerryon Johnson's ability, but he's been dinged up a little bit in his first 2 years in the NFL, so they went out and used a day 2 pick this past year on DeAndre Swift, the rookie runner out of Georgia, hoping, I think, to pair them together and maybe send a message. But I think if Kerryon Johnson can stay on the field, he could be an awfully productive back in the NFL.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. 3rd and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. They'll run it with Johnson, and he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Lions have got it back to a 1-score game. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown.
So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the touchdown run came from Kerryon Johnson to cap things off.
The kickoff for Detroit.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chicago offense set to get started. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. They'll come out throwing here on first down. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. Just week 1, but already plenty of going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Patterson, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for first.
And it's 3rd down.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. They'll run on first down. Patterson. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
Christian Jones.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Gain of 4.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
The 44-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Patterson. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Yards on the play.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
The 35-yard line.
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I know this game's winding down and people are getting tired, and that's when you really want a big body guy running the football. But I have to tell you, watching him run it, I wonder why they don't use him more earlier in the game.
Yeah, those bigger guys here late in the game, you're trying to protect the lead, usually not as fumble prone either.
No, that is so true because they are taught. Take care of the ball as you surge forward, and you often see them with both hands wrapped around it when they go through the line.
It's the Pro Bowler Jamie Collins that makes the stop.
2 yards on the
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 27. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit out it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
So the Bears with a football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. It's caught. Jones. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. Second and 3 from the 9. Back to the ground, this time by Dillard. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They run the counter. Patterson. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. Second and inches. That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Eddie Pinheiro on for the field goal. An 18-yard attempt.
The first. Wow, personal foul at this stage in the fourth. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep.
He kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up second down and a bit farther. I do get a kick out of seeing a team kneel down at the end of the game in victory formation and wrap one up, because most of the time a kneel down is not a good thing in football. In this case, it's the best thing for the team that's winning.
Best thing week 1 and 1-0 after going down to that knee. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys